Welcome to another Mindset Matters with Sandra video. And in today's episode, I want to give you a couple of different tips for those of you, especially who are tappers or doing Eutaptics Faster EFT. This may be helpful or it might help solidify your learnings already or how you notice inside of yourself when you're being negative. We know that Robert has quoted many times, keep your good memories sacred. And today, earlier today, I had a client who has a young child. And he was saying that when he was looking at his young child and noticing the innocence of his son, that it felt good, and he was just almost in tears to witness this innocence. Immediately after that, he started to ask himself, well, why wasn't this happening to me? How come my parents didn't treat me with innocence? Because he's trying to overcome some physical abuse from when he was a child. Basically, what I like to add is when you have a good memory or you're in a good moment, don't rear end it with something negative. The last thing you want to do is do that. Remember something, that we are constantly learning. Our subconscious is a sponge. It's constantly listening and hearing and seeing things. We're learning vicariously just as much as we're learning experientially. And so it's very important that you become aware. Awareness is key. I mean, many Eastern philosophies have talked about this, and it's always good to remember that becoming more mindful of the way we talk to other people, of the way we talk to ourselves within ourselves, and so forth. We want to apply this as well to our good moments, our happy moments. Okay. Now, everybody knows I'm a certified coach, so I'm big on Socratic open-ended questions for sure. Questions are vital, I think, for examining ourselves and examining our lives and where we're going and where we're at. However, my client was asking open-ended questions in a way that wasn't very healthy. That's how he was rear-ending. So by looking at his son and noticing the beauty and the innocence and the love he has for this child who is a toddler, right? He was rear-ending it, as I said earlier. He started to say, well, how come this didn't happen to me? I wish I could have had that. And then the next thing you know, he's in this trance of negativity. And he's robbing himself from the present situation that is beautiful in front of him. So we're not just distorting our memories of something that happened previously, but we can also distort what's currently happening and not living in the moment. And I think we've all been kind of guilty of this, right? That's why, again, we bring ourselves back to the present moment. Are you enjoying the journey, or are you looking in the past or looking too far ahead in the future and not enjoying what you have right here, right now? The other important thing to remember, along with what I was saying earlier about how our subconscious is like a sponge, we are always training our brain. We're training our mind to think certain things. Of course, the mind is in the brain. It's a subsequent to our brain. But without going into that, we're training and retraining. So it's really important to stop yourself when you're in the moment, whether it's with a memory or a current situation, where you start having these questions about regret and resentment and anger and all these kind of things. Just stop, right? Forgive yourself in that moment. Stop what you're doing. And remember that if you don't stop, you're training your brain for drama, to continue the cycle of drama. And this is why the Happy Journal is one of the most important pieces to Eutaptics Faster EFT modality, because it's teaching us how to step into self-empowerment. It's teaching us how to be grateful for what we have as we're meeting our goals and our dreams. And so the last thing I want to say about this is, please do remember that there are reasons to continue focusing on what's important to us, how we're doing it inside of ourselves so that we don't distort it. We want to journal. We want to be able to recall in our happy memory these moments, right? Because joy and happiness are ephemeral. And when we capture that in writing or in a snapshot or in a quote or in poetry, this is something that we can go back to. It's a resource. It's a tool that we can use in order to then benefit. Remember, what we focus on expands. I know that many times my clients tell me I've been tapping like crazy. I've been rewriting my memories, but everyday life, like, what do you do in between sessions? What do? You don't live with me 24/7, Sandra. And so I can't have you to be inspiring me and to encourage me. Just remember that this is a muscle that you're learning to really use in a very optimal, deliberate way. And it's not always logical, even though eutaptics and fast RT is a logical system. Again, you need to retrain yourself or unlearn what was hindering you from stepping into your authentic self, living deliberately, living purposefully, having joy and passion, and finding opportunity in challenge. This is part of it. And so I hope this has been helpful for all of you. Just remember, do not rear end your good stuff. Keep it sacred, keep it good, keep it in your mind, in your heart, write it, photograph it, do what you can, because this is the best tool that we could ever possibly have. Have a good one and talk to you soon.